1 million lives erased in just 100 days. Not in years, not in months. 100 days. A nation turned on itself overnight. In this exclusive sit-down, Mario goes deep with Rwandan President Paul Kagame, not just on the genocide that nearly destroyed his country, but on the forces that allowed it to happen.
It was just an open place. They drew a line, left Rwanda on this side, and the other side it was called Congo. But this line divided the families. You can talk about others who migrated and went to Congo from Rwanda, or whatever it is, but there are those who are indigenous to that place. These are the ones who are fighting, whom the government is uprooting and saying, you go back to Rwanda.
You're talking about the M23 now?
Yeah. And we have, by the 130,000 people, refugees.
From Congo and Rwanda?
Yeah, they've been living here for the last 23 years.
And Congo doesn't want them back?
It doesn't even want those who are there, who never came here.
There was a leader in Rwanda who's very corrupt, supported by the US during Soviet Cold War era. Then the US withdrew its support.
That was Mobutu.
And then Kabila is the one that you supported, Francis Kabila, that took over power. And then Francis Kabila and you guys, your relationship broke down for whatever reason. And then there was multiple wars where Rwanda was involved. And then he was shot by his bodyguard. His son, Joseph Kabila, took over. Then there was an election, and we have today's leader. Congo, I feel, is like, it's not even a country anymore. It's just, as heartbreaking it is, it's just a land full of minerals that so many different people have their hands into that pot. You have a threat on your border. That threat still houses the FDLR, the same people that committed the genocide 30 years ago. They're still there on your border. Their goal is to replace you as president, replace the entire government right now, and to still get rid of Tutsis in Rwanda. So that's still their objective. And they're doing the same thing for Tutsis in Congo. Then there's the other argument of minerals. So the way I see it is there's all these different hands, some corrupt, some good, some bad, some of them committing horrendous crimes to get access to the minerals in Congo, because it's such a wealthy country. And there's no real way of doing business with Congo. You don't think the current government is doing the best job. They operate in a country that everyone wants it to be unstable, because that's how they get access to the minerals. And your end goal is for Congo to be stable, even more prosperous than you if that's possible, and to do business with Congo a peaceful way. But you're not able to reach a path to that.
If you looked at the list of 100 entities, China, Europe, US, Canada, and so on, including all of us in the region, who are interested in the minerals in the Congo, Rwanda would come as 100, it would come at the bottom. But the situation is such that it has been made to look like the ones least concerned with the minerals have been the ones accused for the entire problem of these 100, who get billions and billions and leave nothing behind. So Rwanda has come to be the ones to absorb it. And the people who have the power of the media, of everything, and for them, they're also benefiting from the bad politics. Our problem is not minerals. It has nothing to do with minerals. Ours is about security. And once we are not assured of our security, we can't be thinking about minerals in that situation. No, that would be the last thing on our minds. The second problem that combines with that, because of that history we said of the people, the Congolese of Rwandese origin, carved out by the border. The governments in Kinshasa all the time use this pretext. One, first of all, they say they want to get rid of these people. This FDLR, those who committed genocide, went to Congo 30 years ago. They work with politics and politicians. They cause them problems, but they want to cause them problems and eventually cause problems to Rwanda. Now, these are things we have discussed with everyone, whichever government that has come into Congo.
So that includes Kabila, the one that you've helped get into power, and his son.
And even Tshisekedi and Felix.
What does Felix say? Like, not, and I know publicly he calls you Hitler and he says all these
I
crazy
think
things.
he's genocide ideology like
Do you
the
think so?
others.
He's that
I
extreme?
think so. He is.
Have you spoken to him privately
I
often?
have spoken to him like 100 times before these problems.
Was
We
there
even-
any common ground? Like,
Yeah, we discussed even when he he became president. By the way, I don't mind how he became president. He was not elected both times. The first time he was handed over power by the Joseph. Yes, there's no question about it. The second, he just declared himself, and that was everybody's to shut up, and that's what happened. So, but that's not my problem. The UN has been there now for about 24 years, has been in Congo. They have had about 17 to 18,000 peacekeepers, so-called, in that place from different countries. If you calculate the amount of money spent over that period of 24 years, it's close to 40 billion. Now, the question number one is, what did they actually come to do? To keep peace? Which peace is there? To bring peace? Which peace have they brought? To solve the problem concerning Rwanda of security of these Eldera that have lived there for the last 30 years? Nothing.
so why are they
The
there?
only thing they did relating to this, they have over time repatriated some FDLR and their families.
Back to Rwanda?
Back to Rwanda. It's on record, it's recorded. The rest, I don't know.